right, team, welcome to the Next Fitness Show. My name's Alexis Craig. You are here today for episode 85 of the Next Fitness Show, right? Awesome. It's so great. And today we are joined by our co-host, Trainer Kathy Rodriguez. So jump in here for a second. I'm going to just welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for doing this with me. We have an amazing show for you today. I'm so excited to be here with you. Thank you, Kathy, for joining. Kathy is going to not only be our co-host, but also we have an awesome segment to hear more about what's going on in Kathy's world, and it's gonna be great. Aside from that, first of all, if you're here right now, would you please push the like on this video? It really helps.
Yes.
And we really appreciate that. Also, if you're here live right now, please go into the chat and just say hi so that
Oh,
we know who is here. I would really appreciate that as well.
we
All
got
right.
Erin here. She popped
Oh,
on.
Erin's
Hello,
already here.
Erin and
Nice.
Megan.
Megan's here too. Cool. Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Erin. Hi, Megan. Great to see you here. All right, great. We have a great show for you today. We are going to talk about our topic of our show today is more than just a race. So we'll get into that in just a minute. We also have a mid-show stretch break. We have a move of the week. We have some big announcements going on, especially because the beginning of our 5K training program is this weekend. It's tomorrow. So be ready for the baseline. And we have a little special treat at the end to talk about one more little extra topic too. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Today, our topic, let me bring Kathy in here. Awesome. And today, our topic is more than just a race.
Yes.
So, Kathy kind of picked this topic. Kathy, what does this mean to you, more than just a race?
Well, I started running when I was 45-ish.
Nice.
And I am 61 now.
All
And
right.
so as I've aged, running a race means more, right?
Mm.
I change up how I look at it. I used to go for the PRs, challenge myself to do better with each race. And I love that part of it. And then I started to do fun runs, right? But for me, this particular race, this is what I did. I did the Disneyland 5K. I ran Disneyland. So for me, that particular race, and I just did that at the beginning of this month, was more than just running, right? I grew up 28 miles from from Disneyland in Southern California. I marched in the Disneyland parade. I performed at Disneyland on stage with my band in high school. And so then for me, later, my son performed on stage when he was in high school.
Cool.
It's
I
that you're
performed on stage at Disneyland
see,
too.
and it's like you're standing there at this iconic place, and over the speakers, your child is playing a solo on his saxophone. It's like,
Aw.
right? And my mom was there, right? Mama Mary was there, and it was incredible. And then I have a friend from high school. He was in band with me, and he has been doing the race at Disneyland and Disney World because he's a season ticket holder. And so he's been doing it repetitively, and it's not easy to get into the race. I
Hmm.
mean, it's like you have to be there the day it opens up. It sells out very quick, and you hope that you get a ticket. And so I have tried. I got in this year and I ran the Disneyland 5K with a friend from high school. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
okay, let's do the math. I graduated in 1982.
Cool.
Do the math. It's been
Hmm.
a while. And so we had so much fun. You don't do a race like this for a PR, right?
Why not?
Well, because, it's you're literally running through Disneyland and you're running around a lot of people. I did my Strava. My Strava said I ran 3.5 miles versus 3.1 because
Okay.
I was bobbing and weaving around everybody because tell them a million times to walk right, run left,
Right.
and they don't listen. And so you're in the groove. You're like, oh, look at that. And oh, look at that. And ooh, you stop and take a few pictures. You do a few selfies. Some people stop and actually get the photo with the characters that are out. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm selfie time. Bye. Let's just keep going. And so you can't really go for a PR, right?
Right.
You're doing it for a combination. And so that's why I really want to encourage people to do is sometimes do a race, do something for fun. And that's what I was doing. I was reconnecting with a friend from high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'd connected before, but this on a different level. This is on the fitness level. And it was hilarious because the first time there was an open space in front of me, he's recovering from an injury, and I turned to him and I said, I just gotta go. And I hit the speed, right? Bouncing off the balls of the feet, and I sprinted until I couldn't sprint, just because of people. And it felt amazing to do this in this place that I had gone to since there were e-tickets. And, for those that are younger and not understand what that is, but it was more than a race. My first hot chocolate run, I didn't do for a PR. I ran the hot chocolate run dressed as an M&M with 5 other friends. And if you Google hot chocolate run costumes, you're going to probably still pull up my blog post that
Nice.
shows all of us. And we ran to our slowest runner. It was a 15K up
Wow.
Aurora Hill, down, up,
Your
down.
this is your first one?
No, I've done 7 now.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's a
So I'm
15K, you said?
15K,
How many miles is
9.3,
that?
9.3.
Wow. Okay.
And so I did the 15K. We ran to our slowest runner, and we were coming around the finish line is at the Space Needle, right? Because I live in Seattle, for those that
Uh-huh.
don't know that. And we're coming around the corner. And like I said, those of us who were a little faster would run a little ahead, burn some time, and then, so we probably did 10 miles, some of us. But we come around the finish line, and the announcer, the MC, goes, I think I've been here too long. I'm seeing M&Ms. It was like we busted out laughing, and the smiles as we all crossed the finish line were just like, so that's what more than just a race is. Yes, you can train, right? We have the training come up. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. You
Hmm.
can train for a race. You can set a PR. That can be your goal. But you have injuries, right? I've had injuries. I've torn my meniscus.
Oh,
I
wow.
tweaked my knee. I had bursitis in my knee, right? And so I don't want people to stop doing things that they love because they can no longer do it to the level they used to do it.
Right.
I'm not going to reach the level I was when I first started running. I'm 15, 16 years older, right? And so and it's not my only sport that I do, right? It's not the only fitness thing that I do. And so, I'm okay not running for a PR, right? We got to the end and we were still surprised at our time. I think it was like 13 point something, like 13.12 seconds or something, 13 minutes, 12 seconds per mile. And that's with, going through just the whole mess. So we were happy with that
Right.
more
And
than a race.
I mean, okay, so I think the biggest thing that I hear so many things to take away from what you're saying. And I guess what does it mean to you that it's a race versus doing a fun run? And I think that I'm really curious about that for myself, both from the perspective of going and doing these events, but also because, we're doing this 5K that's coming up right now, and it's a partnership with Project Soulflower to do it as kilometers for Kaydee. And so I don't know if you guys have noticed, we're going to talk about that more later, but there's some things that way in the partnership that make it kind of like the way they want to do it because it's important to them. So
Right,
normally when we do a 5K, we call it a 5K event. And we don't really call it a race because it's not about it being competitive or
right,
something, but they want to call it a race. So
right.
we're calling it a race this time, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, is it important to me say that there's like a first place winner or something like that? To me, no. But what
Yeah.
about for you? What does it mean to you that it's a race versus it's a fun run?
Well, I think because I started in on it later in life and because I look at things a little different, I have done runs where I've hit my age group, like first or second, depending on, how big the race is. But for me, so a race to me versus a fun run is I'm running for a goal that I've set. It's whether it's getting first place in my age group or, cutting off the person who like cheated on one of the races that I did.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's a thing.
We
People
had,
like
well,
cut corners or something.
oh, 100%. There was a corner and you're supposed to go down and then turn and then you're going back. It's the turnaround point, and there is a business in this one area that we were at, and they cut through the parking lot. So they went from here to here versus all the way around. So she went from just in front of me to in front of me, right? And I could tell that she was my age group. And so we got towards the finish line. I could see the finish line, and she was short. And for those that don't know, I have 33-inch long legs. And so I kicked it into high gear.
Wait, you just froze. You got 33 what?
33-inch legs, my inseam.
I thought you were gonna say heels or something. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
no.
You
And
have
so I
33
kicked
inch
it into
legs?
gear
Okay.
and I passed her at the finish line. I'm like,
Oh wow.
so for me, a race is where I have a goal, whatever that goal is, right? My first half marathon was a race because it was my first half marathon and only half marathon. And I had a specific goal time-wise to meet. Not only
I
finish
see.
the
I
half
see.
marathon, but reach a time goal.
Got it. So
And
it's not so much for you about beating other people in the race, although they can be motivators for you, is what I'm
right.
hearing when you're trying to pass someone. But it's more that you have a specific goal in mind, like you're trying to hit a certain time or complete a certain distance, and it's like important to
Yes.
you that you are like striving for that, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
There's
and
some goal.
and on the fun run, what is it for that?
For me, it's a lot of times I'll do a fun run when it's something I've not done before or
Mm,
somewhere I've not run before and it's a race. And so I don't have a goal other than finishing,
mm.
right? And so Disneyland, that was a fun run, right? The bubble run,
I
you
see. So
are
even
running,
though Disney might call it a race, to you it's a fun run.
correct.
I
Yeah.
see. I see.
Yeah. Because for me, I want to have fun,
Got it.
right? I did the Tunnel to Viaduct 8K here in Seattle.
Okay.
It was last minute. It was an 8K. I don't remember what that number is. But it was before they tore down the viaduct,
I
which
see. It's probably
was a
like five
roadway.
miles or something. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so I was running it because it's like, oh my gosh, this is an iconic part of Seattle's, waterfront, and they're going to tear it down. And so we were, before anybody car wise went through the tunnel that was going
Mm,
to be open, we ran through the tunnel. So we got to see the tunnel before anybody
cool.
else. And then we came back on the viaduct to the finish line. And
Okay.
so that was never going to be that run ever again. So why
Nice.
wouldn't I stop and take
So it's
photos?
almost like running tourism.
Yes. And so those are fun runs for me. I enjoy them. I'll stop and take photos. I'll stop and take photos of other people because I'm not running for a time,
Uh-huh.
right? I love the movement of it. Now on the hot chocolates, the last few, I've done the 5K instead of the 10K or the 15K. And I had so much fun doing the 5K because the people that I'm passing, they're coming up behind me. And so, because there's one area where you loop, I'm sitting there going, "Yay, you're doing a great job," as I'm running, right? Because this is my 8th one this year. I want other people to find that joy in running, no matter what their pace is, no matter if they're walking,
Right.
running, whatever form of movement, cardio that they're doing that day. I want them to feel amazing. I've taken risks, like I had a wristband that says you can do it. And I'm running, I'm in my speed, and there's a woman that's a little heavier and her spouse, and she's struggling. And I can see that. And
Hmm.
I turned right around and I took the bracelet off my wrist.
Oh,
And I said, I hope this is okay, but you can do this. You'll get there, and I'll be waiting at the end. And I put it on her wrist, and I waited to the at the end, the finish line, to cheer her on, so she had someone that wasn't necessarily walking next to her, some stranger. I mean,
ah,
how
that's
that
so cool.
feels when you're doing that, it's just like when we do our virtual events, right? And we're going to talk about that. But there's nothing better than seeing all the chats, right? All the
I
people
agree. It's
that
super
have
motivating. I
finished
agree.
it,
Hmm.
and they're like, yes, you can do this, go, go, go. And you're reading it in the chat, and I'm shaking my cowbell when I'm, when I teach it, and being there, motivating, encouraging people in their ear across the US. There's nothing better, because that's why I love to do it live now when
Yeah,
I'm at a race, because there are people that that's what they need. You don't,
right,
right? I don't know them.
right. Yeah, I mean, the cool thing for this one is actually that they're going to have a live and in-person race in Denver at the same time.
Yes.
So that there will be people who are doing this event in person in Denver and then be able to join on the virtual at the same time. So that should be really fun.
Well, and that's,
Um,
if you all know people, right? We're going to talk about it, but if you know people, that's the best thing about doing a virtual event. You can have your friends with you. You can snap
right.
the pictures when you cross your finish line, right? You can get, if it's not raining outside, because I've done this, draw a finish line in chalk. I
Cool.
have.
I love that idea. So you actually draw the finish line in chalk so that that way you can like cross the finish line.
Yes.
Cool.
It is like, I know in the pathway, right? You start here and then you start and stop into the same place, right? And you just go, okay, I'm going to run till I'm at 5 point whatever or 1.55. And then I'm going to turn around and I will walk it out. And here's my turnaround. And here's the finish line. And,
Yep, I could
there's
just
nothing.
remember when I was little, we used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
We would make relay races for our friends in the neighborhood, and we would get the chalk out and we would draw the finish line and whatever. And then it was so fun. It's like, okay, why can't I do that now? I totally can do that now.
Yes, all of us can do that. I mean, I challenge all of you that are going to sign up to do that this time. Draw yourself a finish line. I mean, and take a photo, snap a photo, and tag us so that we can cheer you on of your foot crossing that finish line. Have a friend at the
Oh,
finish
heck yeah, I
line
love that
video
idea.
you as you're crossing over that finish line. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And so, okay, I know you talked a lot about running and you did relate it to walking a little bit, but does it really matter if you're, I mean, as far as all of the pieces that you're talking about, does it actually really matter if for walking versus running?
In what way?
I just mean, like, in any way, I mean, what's the difference to you if you complete it walking versus completing it running?
None whatsoever.
Right. That's kind of how I feel too. I feel
Right?
like
I mean,
it doesn't actually really matter. Even if you were, I mean, paddleboarding a 5K or
right.
something, it's whatever your
Pedaling
way of
a
getting there
5K.
is fine. I would just suggest, I mean, I know sometimes for me at least, and I've been noticing this in our team, like you'll do the baseline in one way and maybe you have an injury happen that in the training program, and hopefully that doesn't happen, but just saying if it did, then you could still do something to get to a
Yes.
5K at the finish line. And ideal world, it would be great for you to kind of choose what your modality is now. And
Yes.
then when you do the baseline, you do that modality so that that way, when you do the finish line event, like the actual 5K race, that you're doing the same one so that you could compare your results from day one to the final event and see your progress along the way.
Well, and that's one of the reasons we have these trainings, right? Is to take them through running a distance, right? A time, a long run, and then training for a run. So I love intervals. I tend to run, sprint, walk, jog, I'm not the tortoise, I'm not the hare, I'm a combination,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
And that's what works best for my body. And that's what's wonderful about doing a training program over time and different types of walking and running is you can find what works best for your body.
Right.
Because, like I said, I love to sprint. I'll get some song will come on and I'm like, ooh, I'm digging this one. I'm going to go a little faster, right? And so those arms move faster forward and back, which makes your feet move faster forward and back. Most people don't realize that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so the faster those, I'm like, woohoo, yeah. And then I'm like, oh God, maybe I shouldn't have done that on that last song, right? So yeah, that's however you move, whatever and however long it takes to get to that 5K. That's the goal.
So, and do you have a post-race ritual or something? What do you do after?
Stretch before, stretch after. For me, I always have a water bottle. Usually I don't, because I carry it insulated most of the time when I do stuff, but not when I do a run. I'll have a smaller water bottle, just, I know the
So you
plastic
do
ones.
carry a water bottle when you're actually in the race?
Yes, because a lot of times in a race, they'll have water stations and none hydration. I can't use none as a hydrating because it has stevia. And I have an allergy to stevia.
Oh, got it. Interesting. I
And
just have a uh, for
yeah,
stevia.
and so for me, I want to have the ability to drink water when I need it
Right.
versus when they have a water station.
Sure.
And so I always carry water, just a the little plastic ones, right? And it also helps because we tend to clench our fists.
Right.
And so even though I have my phone, I can put it in my pocket because what I run in always has pockets.
Okay.
I generally will carry it in my hand because again,
Oh,
it keeps me, so I have a water bottle in one and my phone in the other. Not
really?
so I can take a photo, but because it keeps me from clenching my fists.
And how do you do the chat if you do that? Could you have a phone where you could do it in the same hand like
Yeah,
that? I see. Okay.
yeah.
So sounds
But
like, are you right-handed?
I am right-handed. Yeah.
Your phone's in the right, your water bottle's in the left? Is that how you do
Yep.
it? Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Or you just quick put the water bottle in the sports bra.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right.
Oh,
We
that's
have
interesting.
cleavage, so you know.
It's a good place to carry it. You're used to carrying something somewhat liquid right there anyway,
Right,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
but
I
yeah,
guess for water, I haven't done it for a 5K, but when I'm like mountain biking or hiking or anything like that, I always carry like the hydration backpack, right? So
yes.
I have like the thing. I'm not sure. I've never really seen anybody do that in a 5K, but if I would if it was, but you could.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, for the phone, sometimes my pants have a pocket.
yeah.
A lot of times I have this like I might even have it. It's like a belt that I wear that basically I can put my phone in so that I have a way to, not have it in my hands if I really want to. For me, that's generally what I
I
do.
I can't do a belt. It drives me nuts bouncing on me.
Oh. This one, okay, I got this one at the fitness convention thing. It's
Yeah.
like it's almost like a waistband of yoga pants,
Yeah.
basically. So it's like really tight. And so then you put your phone in it and it's like tight against your body. It
Yeah.
probably could still bounce a little bit, I guess. Yeah.
So yeah, but for me, and then in post, it's always rolling out my feet before and after, right? And so
Rolling
I
out your
do that,
feet, right?
rolling
Hmm.
out my feet, doing my stretches.
And do
I
you
always
celebrate
have,
after?
pardon?
You celebrate after?
Yeah, I
Like, what
finished
is
a
that?
race. I walk it out, I do a cool down. And before I always have protein, and then I'm starving after too. I have more protein. So,
Got it. Yep. And I mean, I imagine at the Disney 5K, the celebration afterward is like go to Disneyland.
yeah. Well, the race starts at 5 a.m. So
What?
yes.
Oh my
And so
gosh.
the corral you have to be in at 4 a.m.
And
So,
then you can't even get into this race. There's so many people that want to get up and race at 5 in the morning.
yeah, because you're racing when there's no people in the park.
Okay.
and it was pitch black other than the lights that they had on. And so
Wow.
I like got up at 3:10 so I could get dressed, get in my car, drive to the park, park my car, take the tram over right to the park, walk and find the corral, text my friend and said, "This is where I am."
Wow.
And yeah, and so you're done and it's 6 o'clock maybe. I mean, we were done at 5:45, but it was so humid out that I was drenched, and I don't usually sweat that much. But because it was so humid and so many people, I was just, in one of the pictures, you can see the sweat stain. It was
Well,
like,
oh yeah, we have pictures. Let's see that. P.S. Megan's in the chat saying Disney race days are no joke. It sounds like it. I
yeah,
mean, what? Okay,
yeah.
so do you stay in the park until it opens? Like you guys get to be in there until what time does the
No,
park
no,
open?
they actually your ticket for the race is just for the race. Then you race
Oh.
out of the park and then they open the park later. So you if you want to go to Disney, you pay for your Disneyland ticket too.
Oh wow. Okay, got it. Got
But
it.
yeah,
So,
but
but you actually get to run through the park while you're running.
yes.
I
If
see.
you're
I see.
doing so Disneyland, and this is what I learned from my pro friend, that the 5K at Disneyland is throughout both parks, right? So you're going back lot and through the park on both sides. And then the 10K and the half are on the streets of Anaheim because the footprint for Disneyland is not as big.
I
And
see.
so they have to go there. So that's why for the next couple of years, they won't be having it at Disneyland. So
Oh,
I'm making it a challenge to myself to do Disney World because I've never been to Disney World because my family lives in Southern California. So I go see
right.
them, go to Disneyland, but I've never done Disney World. And so my goal is to do the 10K and the 5K. So it's back to back if I can. Um,
Wow.
and yeah,
Like you're gonna do the 10K and the 5K?
yeah, they're different days.
Oh,
So
okay.
like the first day is the 5K, second day is the 10K, third day is the half.
I see.
I'm not doing a half.
Right.
I'll do a 10.
You're
And
so close. You got to the 10 miles on the other thing.
right.
Megan's in the chat saying that she has been trying to get into the Disney World one and that it's always been full.
Yeah. It's you literally have to do it the day of.
Huh.
That I mean the
The
minute it
day
opens.
of?
The minute it opens for
Oh, like the
registration.
day of the registration. It's like, right, like getting
Yeah.
Burning Man tickets. You basically have to be ready in the queue and
Yes.
like have your ping set so that you can actually get in. Right.
Create your whatchamacallit, your profile and everything. Do all the Disney stuff first so that the minute it opens, you're all set.
Ready. Right.
Yeah.
Megan says that the Disney race days, oh no, she says that they bring out characters that are rare that you don't normally get to see. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That sounds really fun. It sounds so fun.
It's
Um,
and you know what? We're all kids at heart. Hopefully, we're okay with being kids at heart. My friend, we passed one of the photographers because they have photographers and you can't really see them because it's dark and they have like
okay.
little tents so that they're protected so people don't run into them. And so you see them at the last minute a lot of times.
I see.
And
Okay.
so
Speaking of
I
which,
raced past one and went, "Oh, I missed him." And I turned yeah, there's me. That's my race bib and the pre-race and that's towards the end. That was the final. And you can see my hands in there in my pocket or my phone is in my
oh yeah,
hand.
I see your phone. Where's your water bottle here?
I finished it.
Ah,
This
that's
is
the
the end of
end.
the
I get it.
race.
I get it. It's the end. Nice. All right. And is this a photo from the official photographer?
Yes.
Cool.
And it's really kind of cool because you sign on to the Disney app and you go into there's a link and it uploads all the photos.
I see.
So you
Nice.
can then download them nice and easy. You don't have to pay. Most races you have to pay. It's not cheap to do Disney, but
Right.
it is definitely worth it, even though you don't get a ticket to Disneyland,
Hmm.
because it's phenomenal. It's so much fun, and yeah. So
Cool. And
yep,
then we also have this one.
yes. So this is the one where I ran back and I posed in front of the guy who I just run past, and my friend said, "Okay, there's the Kathy from high school." There's the
Um,
Kathy I know.
that's hilarious.
So
And this is
yes,
the medal. Oh, I
and
see.
that's
It
the
has
medal.
Ursula on it. I got you.
Well,
I
and
got you.
so every race has a theme, right? And so this was villains, right? Female villains. And so 101 Dalmatians, what's that? Cruella de Vil
Uh-huh.
is it was the 10K.
I
And I
see.
don't remember what the half was. So you can see I have octopus shorts, leggings. So there's octopus tentacles on my shorts. And my shirt says poor unfortunate souls, but instead of SOULS, it's SOLES. So
Nice. Love it. Oh my
my
gosh,
friend Chelsea
awesome.
made that for me.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, how cool. That's so awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you for sharing so much with us with this. I love that we got to share in your experience of it. And so what would you tell anyone who, might be thinking of doing a 5K or even who might not be thinking of it? What's your suggestion?
I would suggest, don't worry about the end goal other than finishing, right? Don't worry about your time ever when you start. And if you've never start, don't let somebody else tell you it's too late, that you're too old, that you can't do it, right? You get to be you. This is your race, not theirs. And why not? I mean, I'm 61 years old. I ran Disneyland 5K for the first time. It was unforgettable, right? It meant so much to do this.
Oh.
And yeah, yeah. So don't let anybody tell you you can't, because you can,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's right. Including yourself.
Including 100% yourself. Right? We
Yeah.
get inside our head way too much. And, the criticism that we have of ourselves as we age and our bodies change. As a runner, as a yogi, it happens all the time. Our self-criticism is our worst enemy,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so we kick ourselves. I can't run a 9:18 mile anymore. 10:18 is my fast.
Mm.
And guess what? That's okay. I'll let the 30-year-olds and the 20-year-olds and I mean, there are runners that are that faster than me and they're my age, but that's what their jam is, right? And that's okay for them.
Yeah.
Do you?
Right. And I mean, that to me is a big piece of why I wanted to have the baseline and the finish line for each event
Yes.
because it's like, sure, we do have all of our 5K results posted from previous races. So if you
Yeah.
want to look back at the previous races and see how you did and set a goal based on that, you could try that too. So
100%.
the data is available. And to me, just the point is to see progress to train up for it and see progress along the way for that. So it's more take your baseline this Saturday, like tomorrow, and see how you do, and then focus on improving over the course of the 4 weeks so that that way you can see this more of it's like a sprint of sprints basically. So
Yes.
you can see this improvement over this little time period and you'll really feel like you're getting results and you are getting results.
Well, and I think a lot of people forget that when you're training, truly training, right? You aren't just running. You
Right.
aren't just changing up how you're running. You're working out other areas of your body on the other
Absolutely.
days.
Absolutely. And the thing that's going to make you get faster, yes, practicing running makes you get faster, but honestly, doing strength training
Yes.
really makes you get faster. Doing high intensity intervals really makes you get faster. And doing all the recovery so that you don't get injured along the way allows you to get faster,
Yes.
right? So
Being
all,
more intentional, right?
yes.
Doing the stretches before and after,
Hmm.
right? Giving your body the fuel it needs to do it
Good
makes you
point.
faster.
Awesome point. Absolutely. So speaking of that, let's do our stretch break. You ready?
All right. Yeah.
All right, this is our mid-show stretch break. You are all invited to join in, and this stretch is chosen by trainer Kathy here right now. So, oh, I see you setting up. Are you setting it up to do the
Well, no,
thing?
you can put the video on. I was just going to be on here.
Well, okay,
I'm
you're
in
gonna
my
get double the
office, so
Kathy going on at the same
I'm
time.
tall.
So,
Can only
our
go so
stretch
far.
right here is standing figure four. So this is Kathy, and this is Kathy doing a standing figure four. So you stand up on one leg and cross the other ankle over, and you can see Kathy starting to reach for the ground because there's definitely a version that involves the forward fold hands to the ground. There's even a flying pigeon that you could go to from there, just saying. But okay, if you're looking at this right now and you're like, say what? Like, are you even kidding me? No, that's not happening right now. First of all, let's see Kathy actually live. What's happening? Totally in it. Amazing. Here, let me
Deep in it.
put you on the spotlight. There you go. All right, you're on it. And for some reason, I just closed my other one. All right, I got it. It's here. Okay.
On
So,
carpet here.
oh, and we're flying with it. Totally. So, if the balance is the challenging piece where you're like, I don't think I could do that without some support, then use some support. So,
Yes.
here's Kathy practicing this with a wall. So, holding on to the wall and practicing with the figure four. All right. Why do you like this pose? Why do we choose this?
You are stretching everything. For me, it's mostly those hip flexors, right? And you're getting all those muscles. And so pigeon is on the ground, right? This is a variation. But I love standing figure four. I do this at the airport. I can do this in the corral as I'm waiting for a race to start, right? You're not going to do a runner's lunge. Why? Because you're in a corral with 8 million other people. So this is a stretch
Mm-hmm.
that I can do that really will work all the kinks out. It feels just amazing. I mean, I sat down and I'm sitting here doing it,
Right.
right? So
Right. And
it,
of course, you can do a standing figure four. I mean, of course, you can do seated figure four. You can do lying on your back figure four.
right.
But this one, I feel like, besides it being a balance challenge, and there's some, it's going to build some strength at the same time that it's letting you stretch. But I love the utilitarianism of it to be able to just, okay, I'm standing here right now. I mean, if I'm waiting in line at the grocery store with holding onto my cart, standing figure four is something I can do. I'm not going to lie on my back in the middle of the grocery store and do figure four, right? But I mean, maybe I might actually, no, not really. But same thing, you're in the corral waiting for the race to start. It's something you can do basically anywhere, especially if you have something to hold on to support your balance a little bit.
Well, I do it on the airplane. I do it at the airport, right? You're standing before you go on, right? You got to do both sides. I think when I went to California, I posted on my stories and Instagram a picture of me doing a figure four at the airport, up against, holding onto a wall as I'm waiting to get on the plane. You can do it standing in the aisle, waiting for the bathroom, holding the back of a seat. Do a stretch. This is such a great stretch. And you don't have to go deep, right? You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
fold over.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
The whole point is getting those stretches in, moving your body, flexing that top foot. Most people forget to do that. Flex that top
Yes.
foot, you know.
And the more you stick your butt out, the better.
Yes.
Yeah.
And and
Um,
and
I
my
really think
husband,
keeping the foot active is crucial because you don't want to feel it in your knee.
yep.
And sending your hips back is going to save your knee on the standing leg. So that's a thing too.
Well,
Yeah.
and I can tell you, I road trip with my husband, and I'll be sitting in the car in the passenger seat doing this, and he gets out of the car and he's like an old man. Uh, uh, uh. And I'm like, do, 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 do. It's the same getting off the plane. You're sitting on a plane for how long? Getting those stretches in. Okay, if somebody looks at you funny, somebody looks at you funny. You don't know these people from Adam, right? If they look at you funny, then you're feeling really good when you're walking off the plane and reaching for your suitcase and you're not going, oh,
I hear you. I 100% hear you. I'm definitely somebody to stretch the plane. I definitely am also somebody to get dirty looks on the plane on the regular basis. But I
yeah.
mean, it's fine. Doesn't
Right?
matter.
Who doesn't do lunges as you're walking down the aisle?
Who doesn't? Most
You
people.
don't?
Speaking of lunges, it is time for our move of the week. So, our move of the week this week is also chosen by Kathy. Let me see what I can do. All my things disappeared for some reason. I got it. One second. So, this is a move that I honestly love this move. Every time it comes up, I'm so happy to see this move come up. And it is, we're calling this cardio lunge. This is in our bar exercise library. Kathy picked this. Why did you pick this move?
Again, she's doing it at home, right?
Yep.
She's holding on to a counter, so it's accessible to more people than they realize. And when you utilize your breath, when you pull that elbow to meet that knee, right? It's almost like a mountain climber, just a different version. And so you're pulling it in and you can utilize your breath. I always do the shh. I sound like a teacher,
I do that too.
and I'm like shh, 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 and it engages that core and it gets that much more work when you do that added breath when that you do that pull in. And so it's a great hip move that you can do 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other. You can do cross, standing cross, opposite arm to or elbow to knee.
Sure.
And it's something you can do standing. Again, we have a lot of classes that you can do seated. We have a lot of classes you can do standing, and then the combination. So because we were talking about running, I wanted to show ones that you could do standing.
Nice. Yeah, I love this one for a variety of reasons. One, because I mean, for the running, walking perspective, this in TRX is called sprinter start, basically. So it's a lot, it's sort of similar to this action of being on the starting blocks and taking off with the first step. So that, from that perspective, is helpful. And from I mean, I have been someone who trained, self-defense, fighting, whatever you want to call it. And honestly, this is one of the most challenging moves in that arena. And you would be grabbing onto, I think of this when I do this, I'm in bar class and you're like, doing bar class. And I'm like, okay, and now it's time for power knees. And
Well,
I'm really
and
picturing it. You're just driving your knee into someone's sternum, like, ah.
but Mary Beth does one of these in boxing classes.
Totally. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It's the same
Exactly.
thing. It's and you can really get a lot of your frustration. I mean, y'all think we're just here to, I mean, we all get frustrated in life and we have those days. Can you imagine doing this move and just imagine, okay, this is that guy that cut me off. This is that lady at work that's driving me nuts. Right.
This is my taxes that are due.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I mean, it's a great move for a multitude of reasons. So yeah.
Right, totally. And you're basically building quad on the standing leg, and it's also good for balance on the standing leg too. So you're
Mhm.
definitely getting some calf, glute for sure on the standing leg as well. And then on the moving side, you are getting lat doing the pull down. So you're getting latissimus dorsi, it's core. And then also hip flexor and quad on the leg that is moving as well. So it's really total body. There's so much that you're getting out of this one, and cardio like crazy. And you can really go to town on this one, like bam, 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 bam. Like it doesn't have to be slow, controlled, or do the music.
Right.
So, P.S. If you're doing this, make sure you switch sides.
Yeah.
Aaron says that's exactly what Alexis does in private training with power knees. Totally. It's true. It's true. Erin's a champion with the power knees. I know she has been really crushing it. And there's just so much benefit to getting to a full release, like scale of 1 to 10, really getting to the 10. And for a lot of people, I will say this has been my frustration with running is my cardio can do more than my legs can do when it comes
Mm,
to running. And so I feel often frustrated with running because I need to run a little, walk a little, run a little, walk a little, or my legs are not going to be happy afterward,
right.
And so with some basically doing something like this, where it's high intensity interval exercise, I can get to that full exertion and actually give it everything. And I
Yes.
don't have to have the impact of the running to make it so that my legs are going to be unhappy afterwards. So something like that really, really helps me. And then I get the cardio benefit of it, and I'm building a little bit of the strength that'll translate to running to help me go faster too. So,
Well, and I think, the biggest thing when you are starting off and you're running, um, is if you've never worked with someone on breathing,
mm,
it's huge. It can make such a difference, right? We all, as yogis, we do a lot of training as far as breathing. But I tell people all the time, I used to train with some amazing people, Coach Aaron, and I would always text yogi breath, right?
nice.
Because it's you slow your breathing down even when your feet are going faster, and
Mm,
it keeps that heart rate at a good rhythm for you.
yep, yep, yep.
And for me, I run and chew gum at the same time, literally, because I my feet, I don't know what, something with my pace and chewing gum. If
Okay.
I run a race and I'm not chewing gum, I don't go as fast.
What?
I know, but it hydrates my mouth as well.
Okay.
And so
What kind
yeah,
of gum do you
I
like?
literally run and chew gum when I'm running.
That's so funny. What kind of gum do you use?
Extra, I guess is the
Okay,
brand.
so like chewing gum, not like bubble
Yeah.
gum.
Yeah, no, not bubble
I
gum.
just picture myself running and have a big old bubble.
Yeah, but then it'd break and pop and yeah, no. I'll be all over. But no, I
That is
I
hilarious.
literally I have a pack like right by my front door. So and I have it in my car. So if I'm running somewhere else, I have it in my car, and if I'm running from home, I have it at home. So, yeah, I
Funny. That's
my
great.
friend Dean's like, "You're gonna chew gum?" Yes.
Yep,
It's
and I'm gonna throw it on the ground at Disneyland. No, just
yeah.
kidding.
No.
That's like a thing at Disneyland, right? Is they keep it like super clean. There's no gum everywhere.
Super neat. Super.
Okay, so with that, we've been kind of dancing around it, but I just want to bring it out
Yes.
explicitly. The 5K baseline is tomorrow. The
Yes.
5K baseline is tomorrow. Now, if you are someone who has already signed up for the 5K, that's awesome. I'm glad that you're there, and I'll see you there. If you are not even intending to sign up for the 5K, you can still do the baseline, and it's completely free. So you don't even have to have a membership to do the baseline. Anybody can do the baseline. So please feel free to do the baseline tomorrow, and then you can kind of check in with what does 55 minutes look like for me? You
Yeah.
can treat this a couple of ways. You can either do a 5K and see how long it takes you, and then basically stop walking or running or whatever you're doing and cheer everybody on for the rest of the time. Or you can see how far you make it in 55 minutes.
Yes.
So I know, like for me, I did my baseline earlier this week because I knew I'd be leading this class. And I just did 55 minutes because I just wanted to see what I was gonna do in 55 minutes, basically. Um, and honestly, it was basically a 5K, so it kind of worked out perfectly. But if you don't make it to 5K in 55 minutes, that's totally fine. Then your goal, instead of calling, you can also keep going to 5K afterward if you want to, or you can just say, okay, in 55 minutes, I made it 1.5 miles, and then
Mhm.
you're training to see if you can get beyond 1.5 miles by the end of the training program,
Exactly.
right?
It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a 5K.
Right, exactly. Okay, so with this, I just also want to point out, I want to show you the landing page for this so that you can, the registration on this one is a little bit different than it was before, at least for now. Part of that is because we're doing this with Project Soulflower as a partnership. So this is the landing page to sign up. It's the nextfitnessthing.com/triggertrot5K. Now, um, if you're a member already, you can just find the baseline in our schedule. You can find it in the schedule. And the other thing, if you go right here to schedule, even if you're not a member right now, you can go here to the nextfitnessthing.com/schedule and then go to Saturday. And here on Saturday, you can see this is the 5K baseline. It's listed on here twice because one is for people who are in and one is not, but they're basically the same class. I mean, they have the same link. You're going to go to the same place from either one. So you can sign up right here if you are not a member and you don't want to sign up for the 5K yet. And when you are ready to sign up for the 5K event, there are 3 levels. You can just do the event, which does not include the training program. You can do the event and get a t-shirt, or you can do the full-on training program. So if you want to do this 4-week training program, do the baseline and train for the 5K and then complete it, then you click here on training program. And the training program also does include the shirt. PS, Project Soulflower is probably going to switch that up in about a week. So if you want the shirt to be included, sign up now so that you get the shirt included. The price, there is no member discount on this one, I'm sorry to say, but it's because this is a benefit and 100% of the proceeds go to Project Soulflower. We are not making a profit on this. This goes to the nonprofit and it's supporting young adults who have life-altering diseases, and I can show you that again. So basically, Project Soulflower is an organization. We'll talk about this more on the future shows so you get a better sense. But it's kind of like Make-A-Wish Foundation, where it's giving bucket list dreams to kids who have, life-changing diseases or terminal diseases. Um, but this is for young adults who just aged out. So Make-A-Wish ends at age 18. And I know that this is Kaydee right here. It was her brainchild, this whole thing. And she actually died of cancer a few years ago. And so she was, I think, really disappointed that she couldn't do Make-A-Wish because she had already turned 18. And so she created this Project Soulflower so that that way people who are 18 to, I think it's like 25, it's right
26.
there, 26. 18 to 26 could also have that same kind of experience. So that's what we're supporting here is these, young adults having this bucket list dream come true is basically what this is about. So anyway, the baseline's tomorrow. You can sign up for the full-on thing and support Project Soulflower, and you will get a full-on training program. You will also get an accountability tracking sheet where you can enter in your distance and your pace on every single class along the way, so that that way when we're leading those classes, we can see how you did in that class last time, and we can track your progress along the way. You get a full-on training program as well, so you are going to get what class to do every day for the entire month. And you are also going to get all the support materials that you need. It'll
Yeah.
tell you to do strength on this day and do stretching on this day and do all the things. So um, basically sign up for it. Here's the classes that are in here. The baseline 5K, Fartlek Fest. Fartlek is basically an interval training strategy. Upshift, downshift, which is also sort of an interval training strategy. And then empowered endurance is the weekend class. We do have our cardio pace planners for every single class in this training program. So you're going to have a visualization on the screen that's going to help you get there and know what pace to do at what time and everything like that. So anyway, I encourage you to sign up. And I don't know, Kathy, did I forget anything?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so that is our first announcement, which is sign up for the baseline event and see you there tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. That said, oh, PS with that, I actually put all the stretching classes and all of the other classes before it instead of after, just because I know sometimes it's unpredictable to be able to actually make it home and get back to be ready to stretch at the end. So I put all of it before so you can stretch out and be ready ahead of time. And then if you want to stretch afterward, which I would suggest, take that on replay. So you can take the stretch afterward on replay, so then you can stretch it out to feel better afterward.
Love
Okay.
that.
The other thing that's coming up, this is a big weekend for us. The other thing this weekend is book club. So on Sunday, we have our book club. It is led by Anna. The book is Hidden Pictures, and I have been listening to this book. It is very fun, and it features the main character is a runner who is totally training. So come to the book club. Even if you didn't read the book, you're welcome to come to the book club on Sunday if you want to. Just know there'll be spoilers for the book, but you're very welcome to be there. Okay, so Anna, we can't wait. And Make sure that you're in the Discord. So, especially if you're in the training program, you're going to want to be in the Discord because that's where we're going to be really talking strategy and things like that too. But we love to have you in the Discord and just to have you talking about what's going on, asking questions, talking to one another, connecting outside of class. That's the place to go. So, the link to join the Discord is in the description of this video. It's not yet. If you're watching this live, it's not there yet, but it will be. So just know. Okay. And I think that might be it. Oh, yeah, it is. So let's talk about something fun. This is the end of the show topic. And today we're going to talk about collagen.
Collagen.
Now, Kathy chose this. Kathy, why did you choose collagen as our topic today?
Well, as somebody who was late to life as a runner, one of the things that I learned is a lot of runners make sure that they ingest collagen. It's not collagen to get rid of our wrinkles. We don't put it on our faces. We ingest it, right? And because our bodies stop producing, it tapers off and stops producing it as we age. And that's why we have wrinkles, right? It's the elasticity of our skin, but it also affects our joints.
I
And
see.
so, I every time I'm especially I make sure when I'm doing any kind of training that I'm getting that collagen in on a daily basis. That means my hair grows extra fast, my nails
Hmm.
grow extra fast. I get rid of all the wonderful wrinkles. No, I don't. It's I wish I did.
Uh-huh.
But but it
Well, it's
does
not gonna hurt.
it does not it's not going to hurt, but
At least for wrinkles. Uh-huh.
there are so many people that as they age, they don't add the collagen, and that's where those injuries happen, right? And for someone who's pounding pavement, right? I want to make sure my joints feel amazing, right? I want to make sure I'm giving my body extra of what it needs. So I already take collagen and I make sure I love a particular brand because, and I know we were going to talk about a little bit about that, but I love, like, my favorite thing is to take a banana, cut it in half, drizzle peanut butter, add my protein granola, and then sprinkle it with collagen.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
you just leave it sprinkled on top?
hmm
Oh,
I'll mix
wow.
it in with my yogurt. I will, if I'm making like crepes or pancakes or something, I'll substitute part of the flour for collagen powder.
I do that too. I honestly always do that. I shouldn't say always, but when I make anything as a baked good that involves flour, I will substitute some flour, some collagen, and put that in place of some flour, just to make it have some protein, basically.
Well, and I
Um,
will put it in my, if I'm having a smoothie, I'll put it in my smoothie.
Me too, almost always.
There are certain brands you can get individual serving size packets.
Oh, interesting.
And so I keep those in the car. And if you hand it to a barista at a coffee shop, she will steam it into the milk before she pours that into your coffee.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
because certain brands blend better with that way. But yeah, I have several baristas that between my friend Tammy and I, they know that okay, well, here's our collagen, and they
That's
will
cool.
they will blend it in with the milk. Because
Wow.
I mean that's what
Okay.
they do, right? They steam the milk and then they pour it into your coffee, whether it's iced or not.
Huh.
And yeah,
I never even thought of asking for that. Um, okay, so for me with this, the collagen, it doesn't taste like anything. Like
yeah,
you cannot taste it at all. So there's a lot of things people tell you to put in your coffee, and I'm always kind of rolling my eyes. Like if you tell me to put it in coffee, that means it tastes terrible, basically. Because that means that I'm trying to cover it with the
yes,
coffee taste, right?
yeah,
Collagen's not like that. And I do want to mention, we are not like nutrition experts or something like that. So do your own research, make sure that collagen's going to be a good choice for you. It's not vegan, I will say. It is, if you are devout vegan, this is not vegan.
yeah.
So it is an animal protein. And to me, like where I'm coming from with that, I would rather the full animal gets used. If you're
Yes.
going to, an animal's going to give its life in order for me to eat, then I want that full animal to be honored and used. And so to me, collagen is often a part of the animal that would not be used in a lot of other ways. And they like powder it and make it into this supplement. So I'm grateful that it is beneficial and that I can use the animal in that way. And just know that that is what it is. Um, the information I have here says that collagen supports skin, joints, bones, hair and nails,
Mhm.
also gut health, and
Yes.
it's good for workout recovery.
Yes.
So that's good to know. Also, again, I'm not an expert on this. I'm just inviting inquiry around this so that you can look it up. And I know RD Sharon B, if you have questions around it, she would be a great resource for
Yes.
you to ask if this is going to be something that's going to be right for you. But there's something called hydrolyzed collagen, which may be easier to absorb. So just saying. Yeah.
Well, and I think the one thing that I did want to mention, without calling brands out because I won't do that here, I use a particular brand, and that's because a lot of brands will add things beyond the collagen.
Right.
I want just the collagen, right? I don't need I don't buy the ones that have flavors. Why? Because I want to put a natural flavor.
Right.
So, or
Right.
no flavor.
I'll flavor it myself. I don't need you adding
Yes.
that. Like,
Yes. Right. And
that's
and
where I am
because
with that too.
because I have a sensitivity to stevia, sometimes
Oh,
they'll have
right.
stevia in it too because it's a sweetener because they want it so it's got all these fruity flavors and they add a sweetener
Mm,
to it. I'm like, I just want collagen. So, that is for me, that's what I look at is I'm an ingredient reader on
right. And
everything.
I will
I
say you can overdo it.
Yeah.
Like, so just I mean, you should do some research and make sure you're taking the appropriate amount. My
Yes.
understanding is that like the only time I've heard of people overdoing it with the collagen, but these are like people who are putting collagen in every single sip of water they ever take throughout the entire day and stuff like that. So if you're just putting it in one thing or a day or a couple times a day, putting a little bit in, it's
Well, I
probably
mean, they
fine.
have on the label, they'll tell you what a serving is,
Right,
right? And you
right.
have the percentages of things. And so, you know, daily doses are there for a reason.
Right. So do your research on that. And yeah, so anyway, if you have anything around collagen, if you have a favorite way to use it, drop that in the chat or in the comments. We would love to hear how you are taking collagen. If you have a favorite brand that you want to shout out, you're welcome to shout them out in the comments and let us know what's good. And yeah, awesome. All right, Kathy, that basically wraps it up. Is there anything else that you want to share with us or anything you want to say as a closing comment in here?
Well, I'm just saying, the next time the Disney World one comes up, because right now it's the current races that are open are all sold out. But the next
Okay.
time I'm doing it. So how many of y'all are going to join me?
Oh, it's on.
All
Okay.
right, right?
So
How
you're
much
gonna have to let
fun?
us know when that is. Maybe put in the Discord so we can all be
Yes.
planning for it. Maybe we can even get some of our tech wizard knowledge to help us to get in there and on the tech side. So just saying. Cool. That sounds so
Or
fun.
we'll just coordinate where you're doing the class when I'm no, because that would be way too early California time if I'm in Florida and it's at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I don't think you're doing it 2 a.m., girl.
I don't know, 2 a.m. Sometimes that's my power hour. We'll see.
Maybe we do it live, right? While I'm running the race.
There we go. There we go. Love it.
All right.
All right, that brings us to the end of this show. P.S. You guys, Kathy's classes are on Tuesdays. Will you give us a quick shout out of your classes that you have on Tuesdays?
I have, well, we're doing a training, so my first class of the day at 8:30 will be the run for the training. So it's always a form of a run class or walk class, right? And then yoga 10, hit 10, and wellness walk. So every month,
Awesome.
every wellness walk is a different topic. So
The wellness walks are amazing.
thank you. Thank you. Bless you.
Woo! There we go. I got a little clearing at the end of class too. Cool.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you all for being here. Happy Friday. I hope to see you all at the 5K baseline
Yes.
tomorrow and have a wonderful weekend. And Kathy, it's such a joy to have you in here. You're such a wealth and resource and just you're pure gold for us. I'm just so grateful to have your support. All right. Let's
All
do
right.
it. We're out of here. Let's go.
Time to dance it out,
Love you,
people.
team.